Here we go. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Tings, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx. And I have a very special reading today. This reading is going to be all about the full moon, but this is not just a regular full moon. This is a full moon eclipse, okay? So we got a full moon on November 30th. I got my notes if you see me looking down. Okay, so we got a full moon on November 30th, and then we have a new moon on December 14th. All right, both conjunct the north node and the south node. So bear with me, y'all, because y'all know I'm still trying to get into my astrology mix and teach y'all astrology mixed in with the tarot. So we're gonna do, this is gonna be for astrology, and we're gonna do some tarot in there as well. So I'm gonna try to explain it as best as I can so y'all can understand it, because as I teach you guys, I also learn myself. So let me first bring down my camera a little bit so that helps. I want y'all to see my Bronx necklace too. I got a new necklace. But anyway, all right, so full moons, completions of cycles. I'm going to go through every sign, Aries all the way to Pisces, and you can check for your sun and your rising specifically. This is where it's going to hit the hardest for you. And let's see, what else do you need to know about these things? So lunar eclipses always happen on full moons, and it's when the moon moves into the Earth's shadow. Full moons are like just these, I mean, not full moons, eclipses are like these action-packed turn of events, fated times in our lives. And so you might find that this week, next week, and leading up to the new moon on December 14th, things are going to feel very emotionally charged. People might be acting crazy, just a lot of emotions all over the place. A lot of endings just to push us on our past. And these endings are usually out of our control. So if you feel very out of control, you feel like you have no control over what's ending, what's beginning in your life, where the wind is taking you, just try to go along with it as best as you can, because these are fated changes. They're pivotal points in our lives, okay? Especially if you have a Gemini north node and a Sagittarius south node, you are going to feel it the strongest, or you're going to find that your life takes a very dramatic turn. But even if it doesn't feel good at first, it's going to be for the better, because this is your destiny, okay? So expect dramatic endings for some, and beautiful new beginnings, but of course the ending first. Fated shifts, like I said, it's going to be in Gemini. The full moon is in Gemini at 8 degrees. 8 degrees is a Scorpio degree, okay? I'm learning a little bit about degrees as well. So with that being said, Scorpio, all about transformation and renewal and just shedding anything superficial about yourself or about your life. And so this is going to be a very interesting time for everyone. So some tips that you want to know for the full moon eclipse, tips for the eclipse. Don't be too impulsive, okay? A lot of the changes that are coming upon us are going to be changes that we don't initiate ourselves, okay? It's like one of those things that you don't see coming. It doesn't have to be a bad thing unless you don't like change at all and you're very like, I need to be comfortable, then this might be a difficult time for you. But if you're more willing to just adjust and try not to be so stubborn when it comes to whatever's changing in your life or wherever you're being pushed, then it'll be easier for you. But like I said, don't be too impulsive, because you might find that the thing about eclipses is just a lot of energy, okay? And so when you're impulsive, it could backfire, or it's just not going to have the outcome that you're hoping for, which goes into my next point, which is you might want to wait to do some type of ritual. So normally I'm all for doing full moon rituals, but in this case you might want to wait, because like I said, with eclipses, the energy can be unpredictable. So by all means, if you feel like you're being called to do a releasing ritual or a manifesting ritual, I wouldn't tell you what to do, but I would not advise it. I would advise you to wait until after the full moon, like somewhere in between the eclipses or after the new moon on December 14th, because you just don't know what energy you're dealing with, all right? And so this is like a time where you kind of want to just take a back seat and let the universe do whatever it does for you. But if you need to have that control and you want to do it, just by all means, you've been warned, because some people have tried to work with that eclipse energy and they just don't have what it takes to control it. So there's your only warning from me. Okay? And if changes happened to you, know they're happening for you as well. And just like I said, try to go along with it. Don't sit there and, you know, woe is me and oh my gosh for too long. Okay? Even if it's something that is very life altering, very like traumatic, you know, I'm not trying to scare you, but of course this is life, all right? And in life, traumatic things do happen, but they're always for our highest good, even though we don't see that in the moment. So try to be optimistic about that, that whatever happens to you is also happening for you during this eclipse season. Let's see. Oh, okay. So mutable signs. I was just talking about this on Twitter and I was talking about this on Patreon. So mutable signs are going to feel it the strongest for the full moon on November 30th. If you're a Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, or Pisces, especially if you have any of those from 3 degrees to 13 degrees, you're going to feel it very strongly, most likely. But really any mutable placements, okay? So wherever you have the mutable signs, wherever it's in your chart, and especially from 3 degrees to 13 degrees for the full moon, you're gonna feel it, okay? And then for the second eclipse, which is the solar eclipse on December 14th, if you have those mutable placements from 18 degrees to 28 degrees, you'll feel it the strongest. So just mutable signs, just especially Gemini and Sagittarius, just be ready, okay? Be ready for whatever happens. Lots of emotions. And also you want to look back on what was going on in your life between like end of May, about May and June period, where, you know, a lot of racial tension was happening. Where were you at mentally? A lot of conclusions or information being revealed from that time now. So you could come into some information about something that happened to you back in May. Okay. Or maybe like collectively, we're going to get some type of truth illuminated when it comes to our world, or racism of some kind. Maybe some type of justice is served. All right. So with that being said, that is my spiel about what's happening. We're going to jump now into all the signs, okay? So hopefully somebody's going to get the timestamps up for me. I really count on y'all to do that because I just don't like doing it. All right, so here we go. Let's get into it. Okay, so like I said earlier, full moons represent completion. So wherever this full moon is hitting for you is where a cycle is going to be completed. You are going to reach some type of conclusion. And check your sun and check your rising. Here we go. So Aries, for this first eclipse, the eclipse happening with the full moon on November 30th, it's hitting your third house. Third house is known as a Gemini house. Third house is all about communication, the mind, intellect, siblings. Okay, so you could reach some type of conclusion when it comes to communication issues that you were experiencing in the beginning of the year. You're probably going to be doing some reflecting when it comes to your communication style, and you're going to be seeing how your communication has improved a lot over this whole year, or where it might maybe need to improve some more. Okay, you might be thinking about your immediate environment and some changes that you want to make there, or something in regards to the connections around you. Okay, or your interest might change, because you know Gemini is a sign that is interested in a lot of different things, always like a busybody bouncing around to gather information from different people. And so you might find that this is a good time for you to look at everything you've learned from different people throughout the whole year, and you know, culminate that in some way and use it to your advantage. Okay, now the second eclipse, which is the new moon on December 14th, what I want y'all to remember is the full moon is happening conjunct the north node, which is about propelling us forward. And then wait, hold on. Yeah, the full moon is conjunct the north node, and then the new moon is conjunct the south node. So it's kind of like this push-pull thing. So I hope that makes sense to y'all. Okay, so the south node is like our past lives. It's the place where we find a lot of comfort, and that's our comfort zone, and we have to kind of break out of that in order to succeed and in order to find true fulfillment in this lifetime. So like I was saying, Aries, the new moon in December, which is going to be conjunct the South Node in Sagittarius, is going to be hitting your ninth house. So you might find that you have some setbacks when it comes to expanding out of your immediate environment, because ninth house represents that expansion. Ninth house is the Sagittarius house. And so you might find that you have some setbacks as well, or it could be some changes when it comes to long distance traveling. Maybe you feel like you don't really want to branch out of your immediate environment right now, or maybe you can't. Okay, and so that might feel kind of disappointing at first, but whatever issues come up, or if there's something that you feel is like holding you back when it comes to traveling, know that it's for your highest good. Or something when it comes to studying abroad, maybe for some of you there's going to be some type of change or issue possibly that comes up with your travel or philosophy, or something, especially if you're a student. Okay, and so it's important that if you feel like you're being called to stay close to home, that you stay close to home. All right, so let's get one card for advice for Aries. That's how we're going to do it, because y'all know I like to do astrology and tarot. So one card is advice for Aries. One card of advice for Aries at this time. Okay, King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. So working on your finances and just trying to be as stable as possible when it comes to your finances, and nurturing that in a productive way where you're nurturing your environment. Okay, so find a foundation and stick to that foundation and just build off of that foundation as much as you can. All right, so that's what you have and what you can expect for the eclipses there. Now moving on to Taurus. Taurus, this full moon on the 30th is going to be in your second house. So you can expect a lot of culmination when it comes to your money. So it's going to be in where it's home. Okay, second house is home for Taurus. Taurus is known for the second house. So you could get some money, you could get like a promotion, you can get some upgrades when it comes to money. You can see how you over the year you really budgeted, how you saved your money, what worked for you, what didn't. This is a good time to think about your spending and how you've improved, and just thinking of things like that. Okay, you're going to have some type of realization when it comes to your money and how you've accumulated it over this whole year. And you could even have some new values for yourself. So you're looking back from where you were at the beginning of the year to now, and how your values have changed and how they've shifted for you for the better. Okay, or how you can use what you've learned throughout this whole year and apply it to right now. Okay, the advice: try not to get too greedy when it comes to your money, because you're going to, just feel very accomplished for many of you. Just try not to get greedy, because with things in the North Node, sometimes our North Node, we can get obsessive with it as well. And so with it being there, just, be mindful of that. And for many of you, you're going to have a shift in self-worth. You're going to be feeling a lot more worthy of things. You're going to be feeling a lot better about yourself and values overall. Now, for the new moon on December 14th, it's going to be in your 8th house for Taurus suns and rising. So 8th house is the Scorpio house, which is opposite of Taurus. So you could be faced with some disagreements around other people's resources, or some issues come up if you're married or you have a partner, some issues because 8th house rules other resources of other people. So you might have some issues there, or you're realizing that you're not happy with a certain, could be some partnership where you're in business with this person, anything like that. And so you're going to have to find the balance between self-sufficiency and leaning on other people, which could be a challenge for you, or something in regards to you having to share or settle some type of debt with people will come up, or maybe even something in regards to your sexuality is challenged, or it takes you in a new direction as the year is closing out. Okay, so now let's pull, what's one card of advice for Taurus for this eclipse season? Whoa. Okay, you got 2 cards. Okay, so 9 of Wands is to follow through, to push through. Okay, I also feel maybe like stand your ground. And the Devil card here is, about your desires. Okay, so you might feel, like I said, that greed coming up, that shadow side of you. 8th house kind of represents our shadow selves as well. So try to be aware when you feel yourself getting to that place where you're getting to invested in the wrong things, or you're feeling that possessive energy. Okay, so try not to let that get the best of you. You could have a Capricorn placement, or a Capricorn is significant in this situation. Now, moving on to Gemini. So Gemini, this full moon is hitting your first house. So first house is known as the Aries house. It's all about your identity. Okay, so for some of you, I feel like you're gonna be coming into a new identity. I don't know why I was hearing alter ego. Some of y'all might like find that you want to be a different person, like literally, whether that's like you changing your identity, you changing your pronouns, changing something about yourself, changing your looks, your hair, physical appearance in some way. I feel like Gemini suns and Gemini risings, you're going to be getting an upgrade in the way that you see yourself, and you're going to be looking past, reflecting this whole year about the way you've changed and how you want to present yourself, how you want to be seen by the world, and how you want to see yourself. Okay. For others of you, it could be that health is also improving, or your diet is improving, things of that nature. And there's also going to be potential for a new job for some of you. Okay, there's a lot of potential for a new job based on the notes I took for a couple different signs. Gemini being, well, Taurus being one, Gemini being one, Virgo, Libra, Capricorn. Yeah, Capricorn. Those are the main ones that potentially are going to get a new job under this eclipse season. Okay, so now moving to the December 14th, the new moon, it's going to be hitting your 7th house. So some relationships, 7th house is the Libra house, house of partnerships. Some relationships could be coming to a completion, or you're going to feel like there are certain relationships that either it'll go either way. Either you're going to want to take these to the next level, take them with you as you're moving forward, or you're going to find there's people that you want to cut loose and stay away from. And a lot of this energy, it doesn't feel like it's harsh. It's just one of those things where you just realize certain things all have an expiration date, and it's time to just let it go. So look out for that. Or you might find that you're having a hard time trusting people, or people are giving you a reason not to trust them. Gemini, going into December, what's the advice for Gemini under this ooh, okay, here we go. Got the 10 of Swords coming out here. Like I said, everything has its completion. Everything has a termination end date. Nothing lasts forever. So your advice is to, you know, let the chips fall as they may. If you have to grieve, try to just accept whatever endings happen, especially if they're painful. You might just feel pretty defeated by the end of the year about relationships or about things. And so that's okay. Allow yourself to feel it and accept it so that you can move on. Okay, next, going on to Cancer. Cancer with the full moon is going to be happening in your 12th house. All right, your 12th house is the subconscious mind, the Piscean house. So you might get some upgrades when it comes to your spirituality. You might be moving deeper into your spirituality. I feel like a lot of y'all are going to be thinking about this whole year how much you've grown spiritually and applying that to moving forward in your life. Okay. So for some of you, you went through an awakening. Now you're kind of coming to a completion of that awakening, the first period of awakening. So some of you who just got into astrology this year, more so, maybe you felt like it was just hard. Okay, it could have been like a lot of purging, a lot of just healing and stuff like that. But you're finally getting to a place where you're going to feel like you actually did some work. Okay, and for many of you, you're going to want to come out of hermit mode. If you feel like you've been isolating yourself like this year, you're not going to want to do that anymore. Going into the next year, you're going to want to finally put yourself out there some more. Okay? So that's what's happening on the full moon on the 30th. Now, for the new moon on December 14th, there could be a change in your health, or a change in work, or you're going to really want to pay attention to your health during this time and making sure that you're taking care of yourself. And there could be a period where you're just not happy with your health right now. You're not happy with your body, or happy with the way things are going at work. And so it could be an ending or a shift that's going to be happening in that area, because it's hitting your 6th house, which is the Virgo house. All about daily routines and health. Something about your daily routines, or the work that you're doing possibly, or your health is going to take a shift. What's some advice for Cancer? Okay, no, we're not. We're not taking all those. One card of advice for Cancer, please. Page of Pentacles. Okay, this is a good time for y'all to take on some type of new study habit. Okay, invest in your education or invest in something that's going to benefit you for the future. It could be if you're studying about health or business or beauty, whatever it is, take time to study and have a passion for learning something that you want to learn. Okay, so moving along to Leo. Leo, the full moon is going to be hitting your 11th house, Leo sun and rising specifically. I like, if y'all forgot, but it's going to be hitting your 11th house. So your 11th house is your groups of people that you associate with. It's your environment, it's your friends, it's your social networking, it's your media, it's your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. Okay, so you can get an upgrade in all of those areas. With, you could have an addition to your friend group. You could maybe take things deeper with a certain friend or with certain friends. You could get an upgrade to your future goals and your plans. Or this whole year you're going to be thinking about what goals you started with and where you're at now, how they've shifted, how they've changed. What do you want to remove? What do you want to add? Okay. And I think some of y'all are going to be feeling more at home, or feeling like you have more of a sense of belonging now that you're getting into this full moon cycle. Okay. For others of you, it's going to be, no, not for others of you. Sorry, I was reading this and I was noticing something about what I wrote. But for the new moon, it's going to be hitting your 5th house, Leos, which is that's your house. 5th house is the Leo house. But because it's on the south node, you might feel like your old ways of having fun and your old ways of however you approached romance are not fulfilling anymore. Maybe your creativity needs you need a new spark of creativity. You need something different when it comes to you, like nurturing what makes you feel good, what makes you feel like Leo-ish. Okay. And so you're gonna want to try something new at the end of the year, to something that will re-spark your creativity. Okay, we got Virgo trying to jump out here. So yeah, for the advice for you is to do some soul searching. Okay, you could have Virgo placements. If you do, this is gonna apply to you. But do some soul searching and figure out exactly who you are. This is a good time to go into hermit mode a little bit more from now until the end of the year, so that you can figure out exactly who you are, or maybe some things that you need. Because you're gonna be feeling, I feel like near December, a little more disconnected from yourself, and like you need to do some reassessments around that. Okay, so now Virgo, so the full moon is hitting your 10th house. 10th house is the Capricorn house, long-term career, long-term goals, public reputation, all those good things. It's the way that you elevate yourself in the world, how you climb. Okay, so you could reach a major milestone. Sorry y'all, like my hair is like tickling my ear. You could reach a major milestone in end of November to December, where you're feeling really good about your career. You're looking at all the work you've done from the beginning to the end, and how much you've grown and what you can apply to next year. Okay, you're gonna be thinking a lot about long-term career, and so you could get a upgrade in the public eye, or something that you change about your public image. Okay, and so y'all are likely to get some type of new opportunity that's going to be very beneficial for you, for your long-term stability. All right, so Virgo suns and rising. I hope so. I'm claiming that. I would love that. But yes, and then others of you are going to be thinking if you're in alignment with your true calling. Okay, if you're not, you're going to feel that strongly, and you're going to want to make adjustments surrounding that. And if you do feel that, you're going to want to pour deeper into it if you're in alignment. Now, the new moon is hitting your 4th house, which is the opposite of the 10th house. And so it's the 4th house is like the Cancerian house, which is about your roots, your home life, your family. And so something in regards to an ending or a change is happening when it comes to your family. Either you're going to want to pull away from your family maybe, or you know, get out of a certain environment when it comes to your home, maybe move away from home, or you might realize that you want to get closer to your family or create a family of your own. Um, yeah, could be potential pregnancy. There's a few signs here that there's the eclipses could bring potential pregnancy, Virgo being one of them, and then the other two are Aquarius and Pisces. Okay, so and yeah, Leo too, because Leo, fifth house, represents children. So Leo, Virgo, Aquarius, Pisces, they're all opposite signs. Pregnancy is a possibility for y'all. Okay, you didn't hear it from me. So yeah, you might feel like you need to either, it could be cut ties with some family at the end of the year, or release some type of family baggage, or there's some type of loss you might experience surrounding family, and you realize that you need something to change around your home life, around your roots, your heritage. All right, what's the advice for Virgo for the eclipses? What's okay, so Virgo wanted to make an appearance twice. So Virgo, to connect back to yourself. Hermit card is the Virgo card there. So connect back to yourself, Virgo. Do some reflection, just like I was telling Leo, and figure out exactly who you are at your core. Do some analyzing, some soul searching, and you know, maybe stick to yourself a little bit more. Now, Libra, the full moon on the 30th is hitting your ninth house. All right, so you could get some new opportunities coming up when it comes to long distance travel, a journey coming up, some type of shift where you got to move across the country, across the world, maybe. Okay, or you're going to be thinking about, if you did take any long distance trips this year, or you wanted to, you're going to be thinking about when you can start planning to do that. Okay, in the completion of a challenging chapter, or maybe how your views shifted. For some of you, you might have dove deeper into your religion or into your spiritual practices this year. All right. Also, maybe some legal matters might be completed, or if you're trying to find out about school or something in regards to paperwork or something you submitted, applications, you are likely going to hear about that very soon. Some good news, most likely. Now, for the new moon, it's going to be hitting your third house. So that's the Gemini house. So you might feel like you possibly need a change of your environment, or something in regards to the way you've been going about communication might change, or there's something about you could possibly cut communication with somebody as well. Okay, but something in regards to your mind is shifting going into December. All right, what's the advice for Libra? What's the advice for Libra? Nine of Swords. Okay, so needing to tackle those fears, those inner fears, all those inner voices that might keep you up at night, figuring out what it is that you might do to self-sabotage. And this could be where that Gemini third house energy is coming from. Thinking about like what's going on. We need to unpack what's happening in our mind. Okay, because for some reason it's affecting what's going on out here. All right, so now Scorpio, suns and rising. This could have been a pretty intense year for you with your shadow work. All right, Scorpio, it's going to be in the 8th house. That's naturally the Scorpio house. Okay, so this year you could be thinking about how much you've worked on yourself and how much you dove into that shadow work. I know I have. Like, this was a year like I learned about my attachment style and my childhood trauma that I didn't really know I had. And a lot of you Scorpio suns and rising can probably relate to that, and you learned a lot about yourself this year. And so you're just coming to a closing of a chapter of a lot of purging, a lot of work. Could be with sexuality and understanding yourself better, and just opening up, intimacy, vulnerability, all those things. Okay, a lot of psychological transformation. Debt was paid, or debt is about to be paid. You could get some debt paid back to you. If somebody hurt you this year, or if somebody stole from you, you lost money, you can probably expect some type of repayment because of that. All right, from other people. Or you could get some good news coming in about money. Now, with the new moon happening in your second house on December 14th, you could be letting go of some type of income that's strenuous to you or not really aligning with your path anymore. You might feel like you're, because all money is not good money, you might find like, I don't really want this job because I don't enjoy it. And it's like, or it's too stressful. Something about money could become stressful and you're like, I need to just let this go. Okay, or income changes. And could be trying to release some blockages surrounding your self-esteem or something that you realize is blocking your self-esteem. And so you're like, I need to let go of this because this is actually hindering me. All right, what's one card for advice for Scorpio? I wasn't ready. What's one card of advice for Scorpio for the eclipses? Page of Cups. Yo, this Ten of Swords has just been lingering. Like for everyone, it was in a lot of the readings and it's just been chilling. As I'm shuffling, it's just either on the top or the bottom. Like these cycles are so over. Y'all, we've reached a major like completion for everybody. Page of Cups. Okay, so nurturing that inner child, starting small when it comes to your emotions, expressing your emotions. It might not be the most easy for you, but as long as you just, do it a little bit at a time, or you just practice getting creative with it and doing it in a way at your pace, I think things are going to be just fine. Okay, moving along, we got 4 left. Okay, hang in there, y'all. So we got Sagittarius. The full moon is going to be in your 7th house. Okay, 7th house, house of partnerships, the Libra house, partnerships and long-term commitments and business partners, one-to-one relationships, etc. A lot of y'all are going to be thinking about how far you've come when it came to healing. Could be from past relationships, partnerships of all kinds, how they've shaped you throughout the year and stuff like that. For others of you, you could find love at this time. It's very likely for you, Sagittarius, Sun, and risings. You either take things to a deeper level of commitment with somebody, or you meet somebody new that can turn into a life partner situation or a long-term relationship, yada, yada, yada. All right, so look out for upgrades in relationships coming up, or either it's going to be you find the one for some of you, or you're gonna understand which connections you need to kind of let go of. All right, and so the new moon's happening in your 1st house, so y'all might be the ones that feel a little bit lost because the new moon, it's like I said, it's conjunct the south node of Sagittarius. So y'all, you and Leo, I feel, are gonna be feeling a little bit lost with who you are when it comes to the end of the year. And so maybe you're going to need to really sit with yourself a little bit more and figure out what you want to do with your physical body, how you want to show up, where your identity actually is, and not just your identity, based on other people. Okay, so what's the advice for Sagittarius for the eclipses? What's the advice for Sagittarius? Oh, 1st house also represents new beginnings. So you got the Ace of Swords. So needing to kind of declutter, clear out anything that's just lingering around you, get energetically cleared, maybe get some Reiki healing, or take a spiritual bath, cleanse out your room, throw stuff away. You just want to clear it all out so you can really understand who you are at your core in a better way. Okay, Capricorn, the full moon is hitting your 6th house. So a lot of you could have been really working on your health this year, working on your daily routines, and just trying to figure out a routine that works for you. All right, 6th house is the Virgo house. And so some of y'all might complete a work chapter where you feel like the job you're in has run its course and you're ready to move on to the next level. So a new job can find y'all, like I was telling some of the other signs. And I'll go back at the end and tell y'all which signs, again, is most likely to get a new job, and which signs are most likely to get pregnant. All right, so you could look out for those things. But yeah, a lot of you are completing chapters, or really getting comfortable in your daily routines and knowing how you want to moving into the new year. Now, the new moon is hitting your 12th house. And so some of you might feel not disconnected from yourself like Sagittarius and Leo, but more so disconnected from your spirituality, Capricorn suns or rising, because it's in the 12th house conjunct the south node. So something about your old spiritual practices you might not resonate with anymore. You might want to get rid of it. You might want to change it altogether. But something about your spiritual cycle, or something in regards to an ending when it comes to your spiritual journey, you feel like you've done enough with it for some of you, and you might feel a little sad about that, but know that, you know, whenever you let go of one thing, you lose one thing, something else will fill its place. You'll find something else. Okay, what's the advice for Capricorn for the eclipse? Hold on, y'all. That was too many. What's the advice for Capricorns for the eclipses? Boom. Y'all, I told you this 10 of Swords is like wants to come out for everybody. Everybody, 10 of Swords. Okay, so like Sagittarius, if you have Sagittarius, not Sagittarius, who had this? It wasn't Sag. It was, I don't remember who had this card. Gemini, your opposite sign. So like I said, because the North Node, the eclipses and the North Node, South Node is on the Gemini Sagittarius axis, this is where y'all gonna feel it like strong, like these final endings, these completions. But just like the process it took to get there, it just could be pretty painful when you think back on everything that's ended, or everything that you've endured. It's like, ow, this has been a lot. Okay, so you're gonna kind of get to that place like Gemini where you do feel defeated, but there's like no going downhill from here. It's only up. Okay, so that's your advice there. Who are we on? Oh, y'all, I was saying Sagittarius. We were on Capricorn. Oops, sorry. Sorry, but y'all know what I'm saying. Anyway, take away everything I just said for Sagittarius, and it's for Capricorn. So if you have Gemini with Capricorn, this is for you. Sorry, y'all. Sometimes I get confused too. Okay. Anyway, so Aquarius. Aquarius, the full moon is hitting your 5th house. So a lot of you are going to feel like you're getting some upgrades in your romantic life. Possibly you're going to want to be more lighthearted. You're going to want to flirt more. You're going to want to be more open. New opportunities are coming in for you to have fun and just enjoy yourself, get some good laughs, get some more creativity going, some creative endeavors. You could meet somebody who just brings out that childlike energy in you. Okay, so it's a good time if y'all are looking for that to put yourself out there in some way, or you're going to want to put yourself out there and just embrace your Leo energy, because the 5th house is the Leo house, which is the opposite sign of Aquarius. So you might not be the most comfortable being in the spotlight a lot of the times, even though you are unique and you do have, you know, different types of views and ideas. But yeah, now, like I was saying here, pregnancy is very likely because this is House of Children for Aquarius. And so take with that as you will. 4th house is going to be, no, that doesn't say 4th. That definitely says 11th house. 11th house is going to be where the new moon is in, on, what's the date? Sorry, y'all. It's a lot of back and forth. December 14th. In 11th house. So some of you are going to be realizing that certain friends just don't serve you anymore. The group that you're in, you're ready to let it go. You want to just walk away. You want to do your own thing. And so you're going to be doing a lot of reevaluating when it comes to your immediate friendships, or the dreams that you started out with are going to be changing. Maybe you aren't going to want to do certain hobbies anymore, or certain careers. What's the advice for Aquarius? What's the advice for Aquarius for the eclipses? 6 of Swords. To move on, move forward, move on and move forward. Okay, so 6 of Swords here is to pack up your and move. No, it's to just go with the flow wherever you feel like you're meant to transition to. even though the transition might not be that comfortable, you are moving in the right direction. So if you're an Aquarius that's going through this transition, or you're moving away from home literally, or moving away somewhere else, know that this is meant for you. Okay, last but not least, we got Pisces, another that could be pregnant possibly. And I'm not speaking this over anybody if you don't want to be pregnant, but if you are trying to get pregnant, for you, this is likely to happen. Okay, so 4th house is where the full moon will be illuminating. 4th house is your home, your roots, and things like that. And so you can get an expansion in your home life. Okay, that's why I mentioned the children, the pregnancy, because if your home life grows, you know, sometimes that can apply to that. Others of you could find that you move into a new house around the end of the year, or going into the new year, changes, upgrades, completion of a cycle when it comes to, you know, where you find security, or something in regards to your home. Maybe something is finished being built with your home, or you got a house built and it's now finished, something like that. Okay, and so now the new moon is going to be in your 10th house of career. Okay, so the 10th house, you might feel like you're ready to let go. And I've been seeing this message for Pisces a lot, where you want to let go of something that you used to do career-wise. And so, or you want to change your public reputation in some way. You don't want to be known for something anymore, or you want to switch it up. Okay, and so you could find that you're ending a career path and you're totally neglecting that, and you're moving on to something else. Okay, one card of advice for Pisces. Okay, hold on. That was 2 cards. 1 card, please. 1 card of advice for Pisces with the eclipses. 3 of Wands. Yep. 3 of Wands is to look long term. Okay, think long term. Where do you envision yourself in 10 years, 5 years, 2 years? Anything that you consider long term. Look ahead. How do you want to be known? How do you want to be seen? What works with you right now? What doesn't? What do you need to let go of in order to fit it into your long-term future? Okay, so think long-term, and whatever you put out there, you will receive back. Okay, again, so the signs that are most likely to get an upgrade financially: Taurus, Libra, Virgo, Scorpio, not necessarily a job-wise, but you could get money from somebody. Capricorn, okay? The signs that are most likely going to get upgrades in love, in the love department: Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Cancer. You might have somebody come back from your past if you want that. Leo, friends are going to get an upgrade, okay? And like I said, pregnancy, Aquarius, Pisces. What else did I say? Aquarius, Pisces. I said 2 other signs. I don't know. I think that was the main ones. Aquarius and Pisces. And I probably said it earlier. I don't remember. But those are the main 2 that you could possibly find pregnancy. Okay? Okay. So, hold on, y'all. Think I have to sneeze. No, I don't. Okay, so anyway, thanks you guys so much for watching this. I hope y'all resonated with it. I got new Tarot by Bronx beanies, so check the link in the description box down below if you want those. And so I appreciate all y'all watching, and so I hope that this helped and could help, you know, prepare a little bit for the eclipses. And I love y'all. This is gonna be my thumbnail. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.